This was not an update video that I thought I was going to be making. Occasionally, we will still talk about these kinds of things, even though I am supposed to be working on my Mulan video. Turns out writing is hard. You know what? I get it, James. James Somerton, back at it again. Now that I'm writing video essays, I I can't say I condone it, but like I get it. It's hard to be a writer. It takes effort. It's much easier to just steal shit from other people. And you would think getting publicly exposed on like a very large platform, such as the one that Harry Brewis possesses. Wow, James Somerton not only was discredited as a videographer, video creator, a writer, a bad friend who tried to set up his best friend to take the fall, and then faked his own death, which is the most recent update that we had about that. Faked his own death, and then it turned out he started making TikTok videos. Okay, I'm just trying to remember. I'm trying to contextualize for you this saga. He tried to do TikToks behind like a VTuber kind of thing, or they've got those little cartoon avatars that they have now. And so, yeah, James Somerton back at it again with the white vans. And then this year, this actually happened a few months ago and I completely missed out on it. It makes sense to maybe pivot, right? To maybe try a different career. And it makes sense that with the stain on his name, that he can't just get an office job, right? Right? James Somerton getting hired by somebody who has an office with, you know, standards of ethical behavior and integrity, not likely. You know, I don't know, maybe there's some company that has very poor scruples who would love a James Somerton on their payroll. I don't know what company that would be. So dude's got to be self-employed, right? And so what he did apparently is he tried to be a wedding photographer, which is perfect, right? He's got all this video equipment. He's got all these cameras and everything. He has like some amount of knowledge about lighting and composition, presumably, as a guy who like was a media critic and apparently allegedly was trying to make some movies, never actually came through on any of that. But yeah, so my man tried to be a wedding photographer, which I think is acceptable. And like, okay, man, if you can make it work, sure, whatever. Redeem yourself, reform yourself, be a wedding photographer. All right. It's probably not like a super difficult job to get into, you know, just, I mean, he doesn't have any friends to model for him anymore. So I was about to say, just go ahead and like ask one of your friends to model for you so that you can build up your portfolio. But he doesn't have any friends after burning Nick so hard. So what does James Somerton do? Imagine you're James Somerton. You've been exposed as a plagiarist and a liar and a hack, and you're trying to continue paying your rent and buying groceries. And you don't have any experience as a photographer, and you don't have any friends who can fill in for you. What do? You plagiarize stock photos and pretend that they're yours. Here's the article. Sorry, I know it's got chat and everything up down there, but we're not in the middle of stream right now. So sorry, chat's just going to be static from last night. Anyway, wedding photographer faked his entire portfolio. Here's what happened next. Like I said, this article dropped in April, so this is old news to me. This is new news to me, but it's old news to some other people, which we'll talk about a little bit more later as well. This is, you know, what's crazy is that I have like 24,000 ads blocked on this page, and some of them are still slipping through. This is crazy. Sometimes people make the same mistakes twice and still don't learn their lesson. This is the story of James Somerton, a self-acclaimed wedding photographer who plagiarized the works of other wedding photographers to run his business. Here, I'll make it bigger. There we go. Now you can read it. However, people on the internet are exceptionally observant and have found and a few found out that his portfolio on the wedding photographer hiring portal was not actually his. But while it may seem that Somerton did this for the first time, it was actually his second attempt at plagiarizing the works of creatives. Okay, I'm going to just kind of like acknowledge right out the gate, okay? This is slightly tenuous in the sense that everything that Somerton does, his tendency to sweep through and delete everything means that a lot of this is based on the word of people who were there at the time, right? That people actually saw it. And one of my friends, I was talking about this in my live stream last night, and one of my friends was saying that they personally had seen his bio, to James Somerton's bio on this wedding website before it was taken down. So we do have some screenshots in here, screenshots of screenshots or whatever. But I also personally know someone who I trust who said that they saw it at the time, meaning that it seems like as much as we can verify this independently, this is actually a thing that happened. So let's look at it. So James was on this website called Wedding Wire, where he asserted that he had 15 years of experience in wedding photography and videography. He might be able to say he has 15 years of experience in videography in general, but not in wedding photography, my dude. We know that you weren't doing it. Like, literally, right out the gate, he has to lie. Like, because here's the thing, too. Oh, shoot, that's not the right button. Because here's the thing, too. If you don't claim that you've been a wedding photographer for 15 years, if you're like, I'm new to this, people might ask you why you changed careers. So James Somerton, being James Somerton, has to lie in order to cover up his past. It's just, I just can't imagine. I'm laughing because it's horrible, and I can't imagine being this person. I can't imagine being a person who's like a compulsive liar, and I will talk about why he is this way later. We talked about that a lot in my previous video. So I don't know. We're going to do less psychoanalysis this time, I guess, but holy shit. Okay, so I will say that some of this stuff that has been said about James regarding his comportment as a wedding photographer, those reviews may not be true, because when people find James Somerton's profiles, they troll him. So some of the reviews that were given of James Somerton on the website may not be reflective of his actual factual behavior, okay? Just need to say that. But, however, that taken into account, the feedback from one of the couples that James Somerton had allegedly helped, not only did he not bring his camera equipment, but he also started pretending to be the bride at the wedding. Okay, so this in particular I find kind of silly, because it's like, oh, are you saying you fully hired this man for the wedding? So pretending to be the bride at the wedding, but didn't bring his camera equipment. So did you just pay this man to literally not take pictures at your wedding? Like, did you hold an entire 3-hour like wedding and reception, and you have 0 pictures except for people's cell phones? That's the kind of things where I'm like, this part might not be true. It's funny if true, pretending to be the bride at the wedding, hilarious if true. Take it with a grain of salt. In another review, a person quickly pointed out that the photographs on the profile were not his, but rather were plagiarized pictures, stock images. So this is like a tweet of a screenshot from Tumblr. That's what we're looking at here. So this is basically like, oh yeah, so I think that Memory Media is the name that James Somerton gave his wedding photography profile. So here's pictures from his alleged pictures he's taken. And look, there's that one right there in the middle. Boom, bride, stock footage, pride. And then the text here says, James Somerton becoming a wedding photographer only to then plagiarize his portfolio has got to be the funniest possible outcome to this whole sorry saga. It's like he's incapable of original thought. I don't understand. Also, apparently, at one occasion, James Somerton went on a rant about how only boring gay people want to get married. So hilarious for him to allegedly be pretending to be the bride at the wedding. Anyhow, here's another screenshot. So this is okay, I'm going to read this to you. This is a screenshot of his description of his wedding photography business on the profile where you could potentially hire him, right? Here's what it says. Imagine your wedding day, a day brimming with emotions, laughter, tears, and countless unforgettable moments. Now, imagine being able to relive every single one of those moments exactly as you felt them anytime you want. That's where Memory Media steps in. At Memory Media, we don't just create wedding videos, we craft cinematic experiences that encapsulate the essence of your special day. Led by James Somerton, who holds a degree in film production from the Toronto Film School, our passionate filmmakers specializes in cinema quality video production, using the latest technology to capture your wedding in breathtaking detail. From the delicate morning preparations to the joyous evening celebrations, we ensure every significant moment is immortalized in stunning clarity and vibrant color. So, this was written by AI. If you don't have experience working with ChatGPT or other language models, this is the only thing in here that makes it not like, maybe he did tweak some things. Like, he added the led by James Somerton part, is that there's a typo, filmmakers specializes, rather than our filmmakers specialize or our passionate filmmaker specializes. So that part clearly was like added. But if you, this first paragraph especially, that's just straight up fucking AI. So that's my humble opinion. And like, as a person who, has some experience with reading AI output, that is for sure AI output. James Somerton, under the alias of William James, has been offering his services as a wedding photographer using stock images. He has removed his name, alias, and picture from his Wedding Wire page since this information has come to light. So yeah, why is he like this? I get it. Like, again, I'm like behind schedule on my Mulan video because I got writer's block, and now that's what I'm planning to work on after I finish recording this. Well, I guess I should like record, edit, output this video as quickly as possible. But my plan for the rest of the week is to, hopefully fucking finish my Mulan script, or at least get it to a point where I'm like, whatever, that's good enough. I can riff off of this in a video recording. Let's just keep this process rolling forward. So like, I get it. It's hard, but I have never once in my life been like, you know what? I'm going to go steal the works of other people and like reword it and pass it off as my own. I guess to some extent you could say that's the cross to bear if you are a political streamer, is like, to some extent, yeah, we're like reading an article. So I'm telling you about the news and then we're riffing off of it. And in a way that is kind of, if I'm not being super clear and showing it on the screen and highlighting it, it could be basically that I'm just rephrasing what the article says for my own profit. Okay, that's the closest I've ever come to plagiarism and just straight up lying, like literally just starting out the gate saying, I have 15 years of experience. And he was doing this like all last year, because this screenshot says that his bio was updated May of 2024. So basically, he was exposed for this in April of this year, 2025, and was doing this in 2024. It could have been honest work. It could have been, you could have just been like, yeah, man, I'm gonna take one single class. You could take one class, a photography class, and then like dick around in Photoshop, and like Photoshop has free tutorials. If you're already paying for their service, it's $20 a month for Photoshop, dude. Like, it would be so easy to just be a business owner or like follow through on it. Like, nobody trusts you anymore in the video space. So I was about to say, like, maybe make the movies that you were talking about making for so many years, but there's no way anybody's going to invest in those. So yeah, just, okay, you have a laptop, you have a computer, you have all these cameras, just do something honest. I don't know what he is going to do. Like, he's going to keep grifting for the rest of his life, I think. And I don't understand it. I saw someone say, and I genuinely think that this might be the case, is he getting something out of this in a sense that he is like, is he getting a rush? Is this how he gets high? He's like, yo, I'm going to lie to people and see for how long I can get away with it. And then when I get caught, I'm going to go, oh no, and run away. Like, what are you getting out of this, dude? Is it just that he's lazy? Is it just that he, like, does he, some people were speculating, like, does he lack empathy? Like, I'm more likely to think that he just is a huge asshole. But the fact that you don't seem to feel bad about any of these things, that you don't feel bad about faking your suicide, like making your friend think that you had killed yourself, trying to pin the plagiarism on your friend, like, yeah, just all the constant lying and stealing from people who've worked hard on their stuff. Like, imagine I finish this Mulan video and then another James Somerton comes up and is like, I'm gonna literally copy paste your script. Like, dude, it has taken me like a significant amount of time and effort and thought process and rewatching the movie to put my words into this order to create the content. So yeah, I would be livid if that happened, and just I just don't understand. I don't understand. Anyway, I just wanted to rant about this because back at it again. Jesus. A little update since we've talked about James Somerton before. I know I'm very late on this news if anybody here has already seen it. But yeah, if you would like to support an actual queer creator who actually puts work into these things, and you know, the time that I spend writing the Mulan video, I don't get directly compensated for that. I will get some ad revenue when the video comes out, but anytime I spend writing, recording, editing is not directly compensated. However, Patreon sponsorships, Patreon, all my videos are brought to you by my patrons. So check that out in the description if you would like to support the work and get extra little special perks that are private and that other people don't get to see. So thank you very much for watching this video. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all of the things. YouTube actually is now prioritizing lengthy comments and shares. Those are like the kinds of engagement that they're really like getting on board with. So little insider knowledge from me to you. If you feel like your algorithm's all jacked up, it's because it is. Anyway, thanks. Love you, everybody. No patron shout outs. Sorry, I think I missed July entirely for patron shout outs. Sorry. It'll be better when Mulan come out in August. Okay, bye.